So, after I published the previous episode, I realized that I may have made a small mistake when constructing this end of the project here. So, I think I mentioned this here is an update line here, but I brought it right back in past this contraption here. When this thing gets activated, a redstone signal is applied to this block here, which would power, or, update the power status of this line here, causing an update before we actually wanted it to happen. So hopefully we've avoided that now. Now I will say this also does run by this piston, which could do exactly the same thing. And it doesn't matter if it's just the actual block or the head, because there's two rails here. But hopefully the update that we want to trigger this has happened before this piston activates. Otherwise that'll be a very, very annoying mistake to make. Hey everyone, JSD here, and welcome to another episode of Coolcraft Season 7. Yeah, the first thing you maybe noticed if you watched the last episode is, hey, the audio is different. And the second thing is, yes, we built these smaller little buildings down here in the village basis. I don't know, maybe this is a city? I haven't really decided yet, but yeah. I mean, primary purpose of this is to hide these potions and stuff that I was hiding here, but also it fills out the space, making this area look a little bit better. Now, this area was a tad bit small. I did actually want to make this an extra block wide, but we didn't have space for that. So now everything, especially with these light posts, looks a little bit cramped. Of course, we need to start this episode off like we have many others by completing the sacrifice. And oh yeah, this thing left itself in quite a broken state last time. Hopefully that doesn't cause any problems today. I've seen this a fair few times, so I'm probably just gonna fast forward through this a little bit. Okay, so it's still broken. Today's task is to activate the project. Now, I have been quite secretive about what exactly this project is thus far, and I think it is finally time that I reveal the nature of this project. This gigantic device that I have spent weeks building here is a modern update suppressor. And if you don't know what an update suppressor is, well, it's a device that suppresses updates. It's in the name. More specifically, it suppresses block updates. Although in more ways than one, it is also suppressing updates of the game, as the exploit that this thing uses to accomplish its job got patched in Minecraft 1.21.1, hence the reason why that update was put out. And they were very vague about it because, well, update suppressors have a nasty reputation for crashing the game. In fact, that is basically the job of an update suppressor, is to crash the game, but in a way where it doesn't actually crash and instead just does some unintended behaviors with blocks. Now, I will go in why I want to suppress an update a little bit later in this episode. But for now, I want to say that this design is obviously not invented or created by me. It was at least shown off on YouTube by IGNA778. I don't know if that's how you say it, but that's the name of the YouTube channel. And I think it's about time we start to activate this device. Now, as one very important caveat of this machine is, it is A, a single-use device, and B, no player can enter the preload area of the overworld, basically the other side of these portals, once we have started the activation process for this device. So without further ado, I gotta get flipping some levers, and waiting about 7 years for things to happen in the overworld. Alright, so the flying machine now should be done, and I can in fact turn this off to silence the dispensers, but now for the much longer and actually, potentially dangerous part of spawning approximately 5 million snowballs in unloaded chunks. I don't know how long this is gonna take, but I just gotta pull this lever. Oh, I guess I'll see you again in an hour or two when this is done. Many hours later, the snowballing has been completed. Now, that did take hours, And I also did, you know, keep tabs on it a couple times, and the MSPT was going quite high a couple times during that process, so it feels like it worked. However, we won't know yet for a little while. I also did die to a stray piglin that somehow spawned on the roof of the nether here at one point, so that was fun. Now we are almost ready to activate the system. But there's a couple little things I have to do in this portal real quickly. Specifically, I have to come here to this part of the overworld and make sure to disable the safeties that I have set for this system. As, yeah, we're actually getting ready to use it and we'll want it to actually activate. So I believe all I have to do is flick off levers like that. There are two more little safeties I got here. One on the actual update line and then the other one's for all these signs. I have taken a backup since all the snowballs have been put in place, so we should be good if we accidentally break something. Just loading a backup. Additionally, I will have to change a bit of server launch configuration before this gets activated. So there's that. But with this, system's all primed and ready to activate now. So now let me explain what it is I'm really trying to do here. Okay, so I was doing some last minute verifications, and I think I have discovered an issue with the flying machine. Now, obviously, I can't actually show this in survival mode because the snowballs are still there. It'll break, but we're going to try to run the machine anyway in case my thing I was looking at was wrong, but I think I placed an observer backwards on the flying machine. So anyhow, we're still going to try this, and when this doesn't work, we will then load a backup and do all of this preload operation again. Flick this on for a moment. That's probably good. And now we technically have to wait for 5 minutes. So I guess I'll be back once those 5 minutes have effectively elapsed. Alright, it has now been 5 minutes. And let's see if this worked. Nope. No dice on that. While I'm loading a world backup and spending hours and hours setting this up again, enjoy this explanation that I said I was going to do a little while ago. What? Apparently past JSD didn't actually record this part, so I have to record it now. Yeah, I'm trying to get water in the nether. I'm finally back. It hasn't been 5 minutes yet, but the server CPU is 100% on every single core right now. And, okay, the time is good. It's still saying 4.8 MSPT there. Nope. Okay. I'm just gonna try to go for it right now. See if this works. Cause, I don't even know if it will. Cause what's supposed to happen is I'm supposed to wait, oh, and there it goes. What's supposed to happen is I'm supposed to wait for an autosave to happen. It's clearly happened, based off the server CPU. And then I'm supposed to trigger it. Problem is, I just don't know if this is if it works, or how this actually works, because I've been unable to test it properly up to now, but I can load any number of backups I need to at the moment to actually make this work. So I'll be back once we got something. Okay, I don't think it worked. I still have 5 scaffolding. We'll check in the nether quickly, but I may have to try this again. Yeah, nothing here. Don't entirely know, because I'm pretty sure I'll watch the video again, but I'm pretty sure it said wait for an autosave, then do it. But obviously the autosave didn't work. Oh, we'll try it right now, actually. Here, let me. That actually froze for a second. Check the nether. Nothing. Okay, so I don't know what I just did this time, but the server was frozen for like, I think 2-ish hours. Eventually it just crashed. But I think I was able to get the scaffolding placed right as the I guess right as the game froze. So I guess let's see if this was doing anything. And I wasn't recording the other part, of course, because, you know, I didn't know if this was gonna work. And also I was trying a couple things, so let's see. Oh, don't have. Please hold. Okay, so I just got back to the thing here with some kelp, because we're gonna do some fun stuff with this in a moment. But I think something, probably a piglin or something, skeleton. Maybe they shot through the portal, but one of these portals, because as you see, that TPS is quite hot, quite low. Okay, went back to normal, but unloaded. Yeah, I should make sure to deactivate all these portals. Because, I hit this guy, please. Yeah, because I don't want stuff to go in there. These chunks are still, like, super dangerous. Yeah, I got him. These chunks are still super dangerous, so deactivating these portals so that no one goes through them is a good idea. But anyhow, back to this now. So, yeah. This was based off of a concept I saw from, I think, the YouTuber Cubic Meter. And I've just applied it in this survival version of Minecraft. I think he was, for some reason, strangely obsessed with, in his video, was getting 2 scaffolding in the nether so you could create infinite water source. But you can just get more water sources like this with kelp. And now we have more. Oh, this is gonna get quite messy. So before I actually go further with this, my plan is to get this water all the way back to like our hole in the nether roof with kelp alone. There are other ways to do it, but that's just how I want to do it. Also, if you didn't know, 1.13 really just made water very usable in the nether in a way, because in the past you would have just had a source block and that's it. But with 1.13, you can use kelp to turn basically any flowing water that has, you know, a full block of flowing water underneath it into a source block. And there's also other ways with waterlogged blocks to just move water sources around, but though they are a little bit terrible. But, you know, is what we do. Anyhow, I'm going to break all these portals, and then I'm going to work on getting all this water back to the main area in the nether. Just remembered something very important about how these, how the kelp works. It's not that you can place it into situations like this, it's that you can grow it into situations like that and create water source blocks. So yeah, I gotta, I guess, just keep a ton of bone... Wrong way around. Keep a ton of bone meal in my inventory as I go through this. This is going to be a little bit harder than I was anticipating. So it didn't occur to me until I turned the corner to start heading directly for our hole in the bedrock here, that yeah, we're just going to create a giant ocean-ish. I mean, it's 2 blocks deep, but a giant ocean of water on the roof of the nether here. Yeah, so this is just like here now. What I plan to do with this is eventually, well, soon, I'm gonna remove this ladder and just have the water flow down here. And then down here, it's gonna be a nightmare for anyone to get up here, but I frankly do not care, as this is how we're gonna be getting water below the nether roof for any of the projects that I want to do down there that need to take advantage of it. But first, I want to show this to Tyler, who I think might be on the server within this next clip here. A wild Tyler has indeed appeared. Now follow me. Hey.
Wait, I don't even have a shield with me.
Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. You don't need a shield in the nether.
You sure?
Yeah, shields are a myth. They don't even exist.
I haven't even been to our tree houses in months, so should I hit the piglin?
No. I would just end up.
I think you should hit it.
Gosh, it's giving me season 1 flashbacks suddenly.
I wasn't in season 1, remember?
Exactly, you weren't even there and it's still giving me season 1 flashbacks.
Okay, now I'm actually, like, getting a little bit nervous. Like, what are you doing? There's actually a faster way to climb up, which I'm just gonna use.
I'm gonna stand in front of you so it's not gonna work for particularly long.
Why are you going to the roof of the nether?
You'll see shortly.
Okay. No, I'm going up. What the hell? Why is there water? Wait. Why is there a kelp farm up here?
It's less of a kelp farm and more of a kelp utility.
So wait, are you using that glitch again to get water in the nether?
Well, you'll just have to watch my video to find out.
Like, what else do you want to show me? Was that it?
Yeah, that's it. And that is also the end of my episode, so I'm gonna have to say thank you all for watching. Hope you've enjoyed. Please make sure to leave a like on the video and subscribe. Check out my game, which is linked in the description, and I will see you all in the next episode of Coolcraft Season 7. Bye!